Yeah, it is a huge confidence boost. You know, we've taken some decent form with us over the past month or so without being brilliant. Defensively, we've been very good. We've worked really hard for each other. We need to make some improvements to our play when we've got the ball. But you know, all pointing towards a great game in the Challenge Cup. You know, it's a competition that our club has a great affiliation with. Looking forward to playing Warrington because they're finding some really good form at the moment. Really settled under Tony Smith now, and they're going to be a big threat for whoever they play. And now we're playing in a cup game. They're going to throw plenty at us.
Magic weekend, obviously. Game between yourselves, Hull KR and Warrington. Do you think they're going to be looking for a bit of revenge?
I don't know about revenge. I think most probably, you know, I think they would have learnt plenty from that game. I think they've improved since that game. I think, especially defensively, they look very sound at the moment. The way they're defending, they've got a nice amount of aggression to their middle, and you know, their halfbacks and especially Breeze is really finding some good form. I don't know about revenge, but I'm sure that they'll be looking forward to the match. You know, I think because of the prize that's at the end of it, you know, a chance to play in the semi-final of the Challenge Cup, that's a huge prize. So they'll be extremely determined to do well, as we will be. We've won some games since then. We've had to grind out a couple of games, but hopefully, you know, the atmosphere will bring out the best in us and certainly put us, you know, in a good position to win the game and get through to the semi-finals ourselves.
For me, you know, it's going okay. I've been having a few injuries, not major, but little minor ones that keep me out a couple of games, and you know, I've not been playing week in, week out, but you know, I'm just picking up in the last 3-4 weeks. So personally, I'm still, you know, quite happy. I think I've been picking up now, and hopefully finish it off through at the end of the year. But as a club, you know, we're doing really well, and you know, we're just there up at the top, but it's still a long way to go, and we just keep our feet on the ground and keep working hard.
So that's it. Second place in Engage Super League. Must be a great feeling to be near the top of the table for the boys and yourself.
It is a great feeling. You know, we went away and during the pre-season training we talked about, you know, stuff that we want to achieve, and at the moment we are on the road there, but you know, there's still a lot of hard work, and you know, all the top, you know, 4 teams in Super League, you know, they're going to come back hard, and we just, if we want to stay up there, we will work hard and just take every game as it comes.
So you mentioned Breers. Anybody else at Warrington that you're looking at could be a danger for Hull?
I think Morley, he's a key for them. He's a great player. I mean, it's a player they've got a huge admiration for, and you know, he's the cornerstone of their pack, and he has been for a while, and also a cornerstone of the English team. But they've got good players across the park. I mean, you know, he works well, you know, with Wood. You know, their front row is good. Carvel's finding some good form, been able to string some games in and out, Gaz, and playing well. So they're big and powerful in the middle. You know, again, you can talk about all of them. You talk about Clark and Hyam, you know, out of acting half. They're as good as any hooking combination. Monaghan, Breeze, you know, King, whether Riley and Hickson, those guys play, I'm not sure. But, you know, they've all found some really good form this year. So across the pitch, they're very good. Throw into the mix the Anderson brothers. You know, there's not too many weak links across their team. But that all points towards a good game. You know, they're a star-studded team. We, on the other hand, work really hard for each other. I think we've got a great team ethic amongst ourselves at the moment. The culture within the team's a very good one, and that goes a long way in sport. So hopefully we'll bring that game with us on Saturday, and you know, should be a good encounter in front of the TV cameras.
So with being second in the league at the moment, that's going to give you guys a lot of confidence going into the game out on the weekend for the Carnegie Challenge Cup.
In some ways, you know, you can say it gives you confidence, but you know, and the other side, when you flip the coin over, the other teams that below you want to play you, they're gonna aim 150%, you know, harder to play you, because they realize that you know that team that come and make numbers up. So we got to aim high and get ourselves ready, because any other team who's, you know, below the Super League, you know, team, you know, ladder will aim high, because you know, it's the same as us 2 years ago when we played clubs like Bradford, Wigan, Leeds, you know, St. Helens. We really train hard and aim high. So for ourselves personally and individual as players, we're playing for KR. We know that, and we're going to work hard and keep on our guards.
Now, obviously, Challenge Cup one game at a time. You're not going to be looking any further past this game at the weekend.
Not looking any further, but you certainly need to recognise the prize that's at the end of the tunnel. You don't really mention it in your build up because it's obvious. We've really mentioned the pathway that we need to take, or the process, or whatever you want to call it, to get there. We're very aware of what's at the end of it, but we have to get past Saturday. I mean, we all know that, and that's the magic about the cup. You get beat, you're out. And that makes teams become slightly more desperate, and certainly piles a little bit more pressure on the players. So it'll be a good environment to see how they perform, especially my boys. It's mostly our biggest game of the season so far, and playing in front of a packed Craven Park will be a huge bonus for us. And our fans and our support have been first class, home and away all year, and that might be the deciding factor, that home ground advantage.
So looking further past the Challenge Cup, second in Engage Super League, you've got to be happy with that performance so far.
Yeah, I'm reasonably happy. I still think there's lots of parts of our game that need to improve. I don't think we're the finished article yet, and I've said this a couple of times already in interviews, that nobody remembers the league table at this stage of the season last year. So it's important for us to be where we are at the moment come the back end. We need to try and stay as healthy as possible, but you can't guard against that. What I've been happy with so far this year, we've won the close games. We've been able to grind games out. That comes down to the culture that's within the team at the moment. To win those close games gives you a huge confidence boost. We've missed some key personnel. Mick Vella's missed effectively all of the season. We've missed Chev Walker, we've missed Sean Briscoe, we've missed Paul Cook, all for 4 games or more. We've missed Stanley Gene for a few weeks. We've missed some big game players. So, if we can just keep the momentum rolling, we need to make some improvements. We're certainly not going to sit back at the moment and admire the table, because there's plenty of teams just snapping at the heels. I mean, you only have to look at every weekend. Sometimes you don't even have to play, and your position on the table changes. So that's how tight it is. So we have to make sure that we continue to keep winning.